Hello, hello. Don't forget to thank Jesus. He deserves everything he can get. He deserves everything. All right, now I'm on chapter 9. And hopefully I'll get to finish this. It says, now in the 12th month, that is the month of Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put into execution, in the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to their contrary, that the Jews had rule over them that hated them, the Jews gathered themselves together in the cities throughout all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, and to lay hands on such as sought their hurt, and no man could worship or withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon all people, and all the rulers of the province, and the lieutenants and the deputies. And the officers of the kings helped the Jews, because of the fear of Mordecai fell upon them. For Mordecai was great in the king's house, and his fame went out throughout the whole province. For this man Mordecai waxed greater and greater. Thus the Jews smote all their enemies with a stroke of the sword, and slaughter and destruction, and did what they would to those that hated them. God was on their side. And in Shushan the palace, the Jews slew and destroyed 500 men. And the Pershandatha, forgive me, and Dalphon and Aspatha, and Poratha, and Adaliah, and Adriath. Y'all are going to have to read this so you'll know what the words are. And Parmetha, and Arasai, and Adria, and Vezjeth, Zathra. Oh, forgive me. The 10 sons of Haman, the son of Hammedathra, the enemy of the Jews, slew they, but on the spoils laid not their hands. On that day the number of those that were slain in Shushan the palace was brought before the king. And the king said unto Esther the queen, the Jews have slain and destroyed 500 men in Shushan the palace, and the 10 sons of Haman what have they done in the rest of the king's provinces? Now what is the petition? And it shall be granted unto thee, and what is thy request further? And it shall be done. Then said Esther, if it please the king, let it be granted to the Jews which are in Shushan to do tomorrow according unto this day decree. And let Haman's 10 sons be hanged upon the gallows. And the king commanded it to be done. And the decree was given at Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons. For the Jews that were in Shushan gathered themselves together on the 14th day of the month Adar, and slew 300 men at Shushan, but on the prey they laid not their hands. But the other Jews that were in the king's provinces gathered themselves together and stood for their lives, and had rest from their enemies, and slew of their foes 75,000. But they laid not their hands on the prey. And on the 13th day of the month Adar, and on the 14th day, the same rested they, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. But the Jews that were in Shushan assembled together on the 13th day thereof, and on the 14th day thereof, and on the 15th day thereof, the same they rested, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. Therefore the Jews of the village that dwelt in the unwalled towns made the 14th day of the month Adar the day of gladness and feasting, and a good day, and of sending portions one to another. And Mordecai wrote these things and sent the letter unto the Jews that were in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far, to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar and the 15th day the same yearly, as the days were wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned into them from sorrow to joy, from mourning unto a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another and gifts to the poor. And the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and as Mordecai had written unto them, because Haman, the son of Hamadiah, and Agagite, the enemy of the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and to cast that is the lot, to consume them and to destroy them. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded the letter that his wicked device which he devised against the Jews should be returned upon their own head, and that he and his sons should be hanged on the gallows. Wherefore they called the day Purim, after the name of Pur. Therefore all the words of this letter, and that of which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them, the Jews ordained and took upon them their seed, and upon all such that as joined themselves unto them, so as it should not fail, that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing, and according to their appointed time every year, and that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family, every province, every city, and that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews, nor the memorial of them perish from the seed. Then Esther the queen, the daughter of Abihail, and Mordecai the Jew wrote with all authority to confirm the second letter of Purim. And he sent the letter unto all the Jews to the 127 provinces of the kingdom of Ahasuerus, and the words of peace and truth, to confirm these days of Purim in their times appointed according to Mordecai the Jew and Esther the queen hath enjoined them, and as they had decreed for themselves and their seed the matter of the feastings and their city. And the decree of Esther confirmed these matters of Purim, and it was written in a book. And the king Ahasuerus laid a tribute upon the land and upon the isles of the sea, and all the acts of his power and of his might, and of the declaration of the greatness of Mordecai, whereunto the king advanced him. Are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Medes and Persia? For Mordecai the Jew was next unto King Ahasuerus, and great among all the Jews, and accepted the multitude of the brethren, and seeking the wealth of his people, and speaking peace unto all seed. God will never let you down. He will never let your enemy overtake you and destroy you without Him helping you. He wants you to be saved. He wants you to come to Him. Jesus wants you to ask forgiveness of your sins. He wants to forgive you of your sins. Please read this so you can maybe understand it better than when I was able to read it. I am finished now, and I'm so thankful I got to read it. And I'm so thankful I get to make these videos. Jesus helps me. I pray before I do them because I need help. Because I just need help. I'm so thankful you sat and listened to me. I'm thankful you watch our channel. And it's Jesus and my channel. It's not mine. I'm thankful for everyone. Thankful for my friends. I'm thankful that I've made. I'm thankful for y'all watching. I'm thankful for everything. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good and blessed day. And I hope y'all have a good weekend. Because today it's already Friday. I was able to do this. God, see, Jesus made me a way because I can't make videos like I used to anymore. I have to wait for certain times, and He made me a way to be able to do all these videos. I hope you have a good and blessed day, and I thank you very much, and I love each and every one of you. Goodbye.